Good morning. Happy Saturday. How is everybody? My name is Bree. I'm the owner and artist here at Upcycled by Bree, and I have a really fun Rusty Crusty Antiques haul this morning, plus a few big items that I got from the Goodwill bin. So as you hop on, say hello, say good morning, let me know where you're watching from, and we're going to have a nice little show. I also have a couple of quick, fun upcycles at the end of today's video. Now, everything you see behind me is already preloaded on my website, upcycledbybree.com, in my Shop the Haul collection. I have linked that in the comments and also in the description box, so feel free to run over now and shop because items will go pretty quick today. I've got some fun things. And if you do end up placing multiple orders here over the next 24 hours, told you, then I will combine your orders and refund back any extra shipping to you that I can. So say good morning. I see Linda on. I am streaming live on Facebook and YouTube today, so I will try to make sure I keep comments and questions all organized. Let's start out with one of my favorite finds. So I went to two antique stores in Topeka, Kansas yesterday. I went by Wheatland Antiques, and then I stopped by the Owl's Nests, which I used to have booths at both locations there. I went to the Adams locations yesterday, and it was so much fun. I definitely did some good picking. I gave myself a little budget, so I really had to hunt, which was exciting, and found some great little treasures. This Rusty Crusty gorgeous oil lamp salvage is like perfection in my opinion. I paid $4 on this one, and I have it listed up at $16.95. Now, generally, when I get these, they're usually missing their wicks and stuff, and I will stick in some little greenery. But this one still has its wick, but it has rusted to where it won't turn. So I think I would actually try to find a replacement top for this one and maybe just stick some flowers down inside the glass. But just setting it on my shelf like this is also one of my favorite ways to style them, especially on my mantle. Gorgeous. And then I found this beautiful oil can. I usually don't find them with the paint left on them, and this teal is phenomenal. So I had to pick that one up. I paid $4 for this one as well, and I have it up at $14.95. I love the little drip of probably oil or paint or something that goes down the side of it. Kathleen is watching as she prices some stuff for her booths. Awesome. 20 minutes from me, close to Liberty. Where do you have your booths at, Kathleen? I miss my booths. I do. The only reason I ever stopped having them, and closed them or whatever is because of time. Once my online stuff started getting busier and I started growing there, I just don't have time to do it all, but I do miss them. I snagged these off of a Whatnot auction. I have them up at $12.95. There is only 3 of them left. This one is missing its little side handle. I love to stack these on a hutch, maybe set one over next to the side, put a little faux succulent or a little bird's nest in it. They're so cute on like a baker's rack. Baker's rack, like around Valentine's Day or one of those holidays where you're baking a ton, set it next to some rolling pins or something. But I always pick up these aluminum measuring cups when I see them. I haven't found any for a while. So as I was shopping on Whatnot, the gal I was shopping from was at an antique store, and I was like, I want those, please. And I also got all of these gorgeous, let me turn my phone on to silent before it starts going crazy. These gorgeous piano rolls from her. I sold a lot last night on auction, but I did say I was going to keep a few for today. This one is Piano Roll C, and it is my favorite out of all 3 of them. This one's actually an instruction roll, teaching proper use of the pedals. So really, really unique. Instead of having the music on here, this is an instruction roll. 1923 is the date. Gorgeous red box, and then the roll itself is in really pretty condition. And we were talking last night about how we would style these up. So drop your comments in the chat. How do you style your piano rolls? I kept a couple for myself, don't you worry. And I actually want to hang them somehow. So I'm gonna work on that. But drop your comments. I want to know your ideas. This one has a gorgeous like linen pull tag on it. So pretty. And the paper is aged beautifully. I've never found these out in the wild. So when she showed them on auction, I said, I will take them all. And she's like, well, a couple of them are and I was like, I don't care. I want them all. So that one is C. This one is a B, piano roll B. Now this one doesn't have any label on it. And it was very well loved. The name of the song is like gone, and then somebody has written it on there. But I still love it. I still love it just the same. It almost makes me love it even more because it has so much use on it. This one is $16.95. Not too shabby boutique. Hold on one second. Do I follow you? Already? What's your name on Facebook? Sorry, I feel like I've seen you. Gotcha. Okay, I was going to say, I feel like I've seen you on Facebook before. That might be a popular name. Anywho, squirrel. This one is $16.95. Just a little bit different than the first one I showed. I think I'm thinking of one called My Shabby Booth. But if you have a Facebook, I'll follow you too. And I'd love to come check out your booth. All right. And a piano roll A. Now this one is actually my favorite front. It is disconnected here on the side. Good morning, Marty. How are you? It is disconnected here on the side, but we don't care. That's okay. It looks like they taped it at one point. You could always retape it or leave it as is. This is a Dardanella. Bernard in black. And this one is sold as is. I did put a picture in the listing. It is also $16.95 because it has some damage. Now, it looks like all of the pieces of paper are there, so you could tape it up if you wanted. I'm going to leave it just as it is, and y'all can figure out how you want to deal with it. So I did lower the price on it a little bit because of the damage, but it is still worthy. Yeah, Diesta says I'm the only Diesta ever. That is a very unique name. Okay, so anyways, absolutely obsessed with the piano rolls. I kept a couple for myself. Are they in here? No, they're not. I was going to show you, but I'll have to show you once I style them up. So pretty. Could you imagine like just stacks of these all lined up together? Oh, someday I will find them. All right, I listed up a bunch of bobbins. This is bobbin style A. They are $12.95 each. And these sell like hotcakes whenever I find them. So if you need a couple, go for it. I've been sticking little pieces of greenery in them and turning them into bobbin carrots. Really fun way to style them. And then this morning I was messing around. I took a couple and stuck them inside the springs that I have loaded up. So I love this. Such a cute idea. And I just put some lavender up in the top. I didn't glue them or anything. Anyways, just to give you a way to style them up. A lot of people are asking me, what do you do with those springs and bobbins? So if you're new here, we decorate with them. I paid $3 each for the bobbins at Wheatland Antiques yesterday. Stopped by that place in Topeka. I've only been there a couple times, so it was nice to stop in. Found a whole group of them and snagged them all up. So those are up $12.95 each. And then these springs I found at the Owl's Nest. They're so good. Rusty, crusty, and silver. Great for springtime. A lot of times when I find them, they're really dark metal. So these are a little bit lighter and brighter. And people keep saying, what do you do with these? What do you do with these? I love the bobbin thing right now. That's an obsession. It's going to be. But also, sometimes we flip them upside down. You can hang them from a little piece of string, hang some flowers out of them. Sometimes the base and the top are, the same size, and these will stand up and have a nice big top like this. Put a bird's nest or a little doily in there. So many fun ways. I also just love the way they look laying in a basket all by themselves. They are $11.95, and I have quite a few of these up, quite a few bobbins and springs. So if you want to make yourself a little bobbin spring arrangement, you can run over and grab a few. I sold a ton of these last night, each of these too, but I said I was going to save some for this morning. Gotcha. And then I have a couple of this other style of bobbin. They still have the little metal pieces on top. So that is a really nice touch. I love a wood and metal combination. Y'all know that. And these are also at $12.95. I only have 2 of these. Good morning, Jill. Dee Dee's here. Hey, Pam and Angela. Now my friends are rolling in. Good morning, everybody. Y'all, I have a smaller haul this week because I have been spring cleaning. I've got my workspace back. I've got my dining room and my living room back. Reselling life is kind of crazy sometimes. So I deep cleaned, spring cleaned this week. And now like all of the ideas are flowing. I'm so excited. We're going to do some projects this week. I found this adorable pig on wheels. He came from the Owl's Nest yesterday. I paid, I think like $5 or so for him. I have him up at $14.95. Super, super cute. I sold a rabbit on wheels last night. Pig came to the thrift haul. He's double-sided, and I love his little eyelashes and metal curly tail. Little bit of like cracking through the wood here. Nothing that like hurts the structure, but definitely gives it a nice antique feel. Good morning, Sherry. How are you? What are y'all up to today? I've already been to the bank. I already had a breakfast burrito. I'm having a coffee. We're doing a haul. And then Elena's here. She wants to get her nails done. That's her thing she wants this weekend. I can't get my nails done. I just ruin them or they get in my way, but that's fine. She can get her little nails done. I'll go sit and we'll gossip. But I figured while we're out, I might do a little thrifting because I really didn't do like any this week. It was just antique stores and spring cleaning. The pig would look great with a chippy white paint job. Oh, you think so, Marty? Do you not love its paint colors? It's a little, oh, see, I kind of love it though. I kind of love it. If it doesn't sell, I'll paint it chippy white for you. You don't have to buy it, but I'll do it just for you. Linda's just breathing. That's all she's up to. Hey, you know what? That's all that matters. We wake up and we're alive and we're breathing. That's all that matters. I'm glad you're here. Good morning, Jasmine. All right, I found 2 pairs of these super cute bunny salt and peppers. Now, they are just made in China, so these guys aren't old, but they are still very cute. 2 sets of them up at $10.95 each, and they'll get there to you in time for Easter. I need more of that coffee. I've been up since 4. It's fine. I woke up, like snapped awake, and I was like, I'm ready. They'll be to you in time for Easter. And on that note, I'm going to spend the rest of the evening after we get done doing whatever we're doing, catching up on website shipping. I think I'm just a couple days behind. So if you're waiting on something, I do apologize. I've had Melissa up here 3 days a week instead of 2. And I think it's time to have her here 4 days a week. Yeah, Marty, it does have cute eyes. That pig has cute eyes. So if I do end up painting it, I'll probably paint her little eyelashes back on, but chippy white. I found this beautiful scoop. I love scoops in the springtime for bird's nests. They look great styled up on your hutch. This one, I would say decor only in the shape it's in, but that is totally fine. We buy these things for decor mostly these days. $16.95 on this massive scoop. This one is giant. Usually they're about this big when I find them. I got this one. It looks like at Thrift World. The sticker says $6.98. It was purple tag, and I am recalling that purple tag was half off. I don't think I would have paid $7 on this one from the thrift store. So I paid $3.50. It's up at $16.95. Ooh, this was in my like dead stock pile. So when you're a reseller, usually you have a dead stock pile, a pile of things that, you know, you've purchased, you had intended to sell, but for whatever reason, it hasn't quite made it to your platform. So it's kind of sitting in the corner, right? Well, I had one of those in here, and I had a small one in the dining room. Not big, just little, just, you know, 10 items, whatever. And I had one in the living room, and I had a couple in the basement. So once you start having a few piles, they really start adding up. Anyways, this one was in a dead stock pile, and I can't believe it got buried. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Dee Dee's watching me on YouTube and Facebook, and I so appreciate that. That helps me so much with my ad revenue and stuff. So thank you, Dee Dee. Let me pull up the official name because otherwise I'm going to butcher it. Antique Vintage Frank Banco Bottler Seltzer Bottle. So it's like an old seltzer bottle. Bottom says made in Germany. Registered contents 26 ounces. S. Singer and Son, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's got some amazing advertising up here around the top of it. This was a bins find, and it's been a little while. Thank you for sharing, Linda. And this was glass from the Goodwill bins, so I probably paid a couple bucks for it. These were like $75 to $100 online. I listed mine up at just $49.95, and I thought it would make an amazing addition to somebody's spring vignette. It's total JRV. It does remind me of Jamie. It does. I put it on my hutch. Trust me, I put it here and there and up here and down there and over there. And it just doesn't, the silver just doesn't go with my decor. So I'm going to pass it on to somebody that will absolutely love it. $49.95. Total score. When I found it at the bins, I was like, ooh, this is really nice, thick glass. Again, Marty, right? That reminds us of Jamie. Totally thought of her instantly. Has a thick bottom on it. And I was like, oh, this looks like good quality. So I flipped it over looking at how thick the bottom of it was. And it said made in Germany. And I was like, okay, sold. I'll take it. This has got to be something kind of neat. And I don't even think I looked it up until I got home. And I was like, score. I found a little pair of wooden candlesticks. Always grab these when they are a pair and they are a reasonable price. I think I paid $3 or $4 for them. They are up at $16.95, and they have a beautiful wood grain to them. Little brass top on them with some good patina and good rust as well. It's going to be beautiful here this weekend. Sounds like Dee Dee is still fighting some rain. I'm so sorry. We have sunshine today, I think 72. Tomorrow's supposed to be 81, but it's supposed to be a little windy, but I'll take that. I think I'm going to do a little raking today. I don't know. You know, the expectation levels are up here. What I will actually be able to get done in one day, we will see. I have a whole entire jar full of vintage clothespins. I have been selling the heck out of these. There are 20 clothespins in here and the antique Atlas mason jar, $26.95. I bought this on auction. I think I paid $5 or $6 for it. And some of these clothespins, you can still see where they were turned. I am obsessed. There's a couple that are taller, a couple that are shorter in here. And then there is one that is a little different than all the others. Whoopsie. That guy's a little differently carved. Not square, not round, but somewhere right in between. Sorry, I've got my head all cut off. I need to find a new computer stand. It's on my list of office things, and a new work desk for in here. I'm like, do I thrift them and hunt for a while, or do I just find something and order it? So a whole entire jar of clothespins, $26.95 for this one. I've seen people take these. They've been drilling little holes in the top of the clothespin and adding greenery and then painting them orange and making little tiny clothespin carrots. which I love, but I also have a hard time painting this old wood sometimes. So maybe paint some, leave some plain. Okay, y'all, I need your help with this one. I need your help. What is this? I was thinking it's sharp to maybe stab receipts on, but then there's this little notch cut out of it. So I was thinking maybe it's angled there to like hold a card upright. Is it for a recipe? But why is that so small? It's got to be like to hold something tall and skinny. I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas? I listed the mystery item up at $8.95. Plate rack cup holder. Oh, you put a plate in the back and a cup in the front? Dee Dee, you didn't see the clothespins on the site? Let me double check for you, my dear. Let me see what I did wrong. I only listed like 25 things today. They're here. Oh, I forgot to put them in the Shop the Hall collection. Thank you, Dee Dee. All right, Dee Dee, go ahead and refresh your Shop the Hall collection. Scroll a little bit and they should be there. Thank you for that. Yep, I see them now. They're called Atlas Jar of 20 Vintage Clothespins. And usually I sell those for, it's $5 for 4 of them or something. So there's a little bit of a deal for you. All right, this little guy has sold. This little tiny baby mini copper pitcher is sold out. $8.95 is what it sold for, and I think I paid $1 for it at Chanel thrift store. Made in Holland. Such a cutie. Anytime I find anything little, I pick them up. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, you guys are so smart. Y'all always know what these are for. Do you want to see what I came up with? Hold on just a second. I mean, it's not like I'm not done yet, but I was starting to think like maybe put a thread spool on them and style them up with a little bit of, or a little set of scissors or something. Only because I don't think a lot of people really style up plates and cups anymore. And if they do, that's great. They can buy it for that. But, or I could buy a plate and cup set, but I don't want to. So I'm going to repurpose them. I have a Whatnot auction tomorrow, a special one, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is called Rustic Vignettes, and it's going to be a raid train. I'm only on for 30 minutes, and I'll be running like 3, 4, maybe 5 instant vignettes. This will be included in one of them. So go ahead and go bookmark that show. Join me tomorrow morning, and you can see the final result on that. But I've got one more listed up if you want to buy it for a plate and a cup, or if you want to buy it to upcycle. This little guy's not glued in, so you could do a couple things with it. On the bottom, it says a sticker, do not remove, quality control, Bards. Is Bards a plate or like a China dishes company or whatever? You know what I'm trying to say? Bards, B-A-R-D-S. I have another oil can, and it's like a copper finish. It's not actually copper. I don't know. Do people spray paint these? Because it looks like it was just metal silver before. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Jasmine just dropped the link to my Whatnot show. Girl, you were the best. And I do not have things up for pre-bid yet because I've been so busy. I'm a little behind, but I'm going to be building those things today, and they'll be up for pre-bid. I'll make a Facebook post later, and I'll put it on YouTube community as well. If y'all would do me a quick favor and either like or thumbs up this video, depending on what platform you're on, send it over to a friend and drop any kind of comment. One emoji, a smiley face, an exclamation mark. If y'all would do that real quick, I would appreciate it. I was gone last week because I had to go to the post office because the postman didn't show up, but it's been good all week. We got it taken care of. So anyways, I was gone last week. I need a little help with the algorithms. I'd appreciate you. $4 on the oil can is what I paid at the Owl's Nest yesterday, and I have it up at $12.95. Those are always popular sellers. Also, this adorable little brass frame came from By the Pound, which is another like outlet bins situation here in Missouri. So pretty. I sold most of the other little frames off. Contemplated keeping this one, but I don't really have any pictures to put in it, which is sad. I need to fix that situation too. It has some bubbled glass. There's a little bit of curve to this glass, which makes it even more special. And I thought somebody really needs this to display some really special photos. I would have put like decoupage paper in it, which would be beautiful too. But I was like, somebody needs it for very special photos. And it is $14.95, still available. Thank you guys. I love the little heart comments. Those are my favorite comments. Pottery mug. $14.95. I pulled this one out of the bins as well. This is only a 3-finger mug. I was going to keep it for myself, but only 3 of my fingers fit in there. And I've got big hands. So I need a 4-finger mug. And there's no way your girl's hand is fitting. So, in fact, I'm not even sure one would drink out of this one anyway. This might be Decor, but use at your own risk. Looks like somebody else was maybe using it. Have not given it a bath. It's definitely a little bit older. You can see some age on the bottom of it. I have it up at $14.95. Good morning, Mo. Good morning. Twine and scissors on that wood piece would be super cute as well. Y'all know as crafters, we are using jute twine all the time. That would actually be a really great way to display it and use it in your craft room. These 2 bunnies are up and available. I have purchased all of the ones here at my local Walmart. I don't know if I will be able to source any more unless I go to a different Walmart, and there aren't very many around me. But the bunnies are so cute on these little picks. They come on the picks there at Walmart, and I just took them, drilled a hole into this beautiful salvage wood I had in my stash, and made these cute little bunny decor pieces. The smaller one's $34.95. The larger one is $44.95. These pieces came off of an antique bed frame that I ripped apart with my bare hands. All of the other pieces of the bed frame are long gone. These 2 pieces each there was 2 of each of these at one point. One of each of them have sold off. I had 1 of each left, and I was like, what can I do with those? And this is what I came up with. So anyways, I didn't glue the bunnies in case you want to take them out, repurpose them, or use them a different way. If you wanted them to not spin while you're trying to style them in your home, you could always just put a little hot glue down in there. But it'll also be easier for me to ship them safely if they're not glued together. Pretty, pretty wood. This would look gorgeous milk painted as well if you don't love the dark wood. But I absolutely am obsessed with dark wood. Don't even remember exactly where I got this piece. It was in the dead stock pile. I had big hopes and dreams for it. And then it got lost. So now we're going to try again. I do have this one listed up. Read description. It is $24.95. I am going to paint the inside of it because it is literally hunter's orange. So we're going to fix that. And then I'm going to add a design to the outside. Not sure exactly what yet. I put a post up on Facebook of my clean office and asked what you guys want to see next week, whether it's transfers or molds or stencils or decoupage paper. So go leave a comment on that Facebook post. Let me know. And then we will give this thing a makeover. I'm hoping to do a Facebook Live makeover on this one next week. I don't remember what I paid for it because I don't remember where I got it, but probably a couple dollars. This gorgeous copper planter came from an estate sale that I went to here locally. It's actually I don't even know what to call it. It's an estate sale company. She does house estate sales, but she also has like a building, a store where she sells the stuff, you know, as well. So it's called Estate Sales by Bonnie. Here in Independence, Missouri. I went by her place last Saturday after I had to go into the post office. Okay, I'm gonna let it go now. I'm gonna let it go. Let it go, Bree. It's old news. It ended up working out because I stopped by her little estate sale place and found this gorgeous, gorgeous copper planter. Only charged me $5 because one of the links is missing right here. But I have so many things like this in my stash. Your girl's gonna fix it up and it'll be good as new. $26.95. Wow, steal of the deal. After I have it all fixed up for you, I paid $5. And I'm like, somebody needs this. This could go boho. This could go farmhouse. And I'm actually having like some regrets. I'm like, maybe I should keep this. It looked really cute on a front porch as well. And if you didn't want to put a plant in it, you could hang it in like a bathroom. Put a little rolled hand towel, you know, some Epsom salt, something cute like that. It doesn't have to be a planter. Oh, yay. Linda said, I love getting inspiration from you, Bree. Things that I would otherwise throw in the trash heap. Love it. Thank you. That's one of my favorite things is saving old junk, repurposing it, because it sure is beautiful. All right. This was a $5 Goodwill Bins find. Royal Ironstone, Johnson Brothers, England. I keep finding ironstone in the bins, and this guy is massive. Now, it does have that call out right there, that chip on the side, but just because there's a chip, it's not like cracked down the edge. That might have kept me, you know, from purchasing it if it had a big, huge crack, but it doesn't. It just has a chip, and that's just a little character. Can you imagine how angry the person was that accidentally did that? They were probably not happy with themselves. But look at the staining and crazing on this thing. It is a stunner. I paid $5 for it because, well, probably around $5. It wasn't a large item, I guess, because it's glass. I probably paid like $4 to $5 for it. Hardly anything. And I do have it up at $99.95. It's going to be a tricky one to ship, but we got this. It's got some great crazing on the outside of it as well. A little bit of rust staining down there on the bottom. It is gorgeous. Look how big it is next to my head. Could not leave her behind. And, you know, I haven't always picked up ironstone or sought it out. Oh my gosh. There is a squirrel digging all of the leaves out of my trash bag right now that I just raked. He's going. I need to put out some bird seed, so he'll go after that instead. I must have raked up one of his nuts or something. That little jerk. All right, I found this tray in the bins as well. And at first I was like, heck yes, printer's tray. But it's not. It's a handmade miniature shelf. And it is missing a couple of slots right there. So today, after I'm done showing these last couple things, we are going to blend this a little bit. And I'm going to add a handle to it. We're going to make it look like a printer's tray. It's going to be super cute. I'm excited. So we're going to do that. $49.95. These little miniature shelves are pretty sought after. This one definitely took some time, I am sure. Squirrel, literally. It happens to me all the time. They are setting me up for failure because I'm squirrel anyway. And I have like a whole little family that lives in this tree right here. So all spring, I'm going to be like, oh, squirrel. In fact, when I was touring this place, the guy was showing me this room and I was like, oh, this would be great for film. A squirrel. Anyways, he knew who he was renting to from day one. And they're cute here in Missouri. They're little gray squirrels. In Kansas, they're brown. Here, they're gray. Anyways, we're going to make that into a faux printer's tray. And then this was an item. Your girl got brave last week and went in for the bins rotations. Usually when they put out new bins and everybody goes crazy, then I go to all the ones that everybody just left. And I go and I scavenge and I vulture pick all of the little leftovers. But I was feeling froggy last time I went, and I went straight for it. I reached over not over somebody, like over the side of them, but like my arms are long, so I could reach toward the back of the bins. And as soon as they said go, I snatched the handle of this thing so fast. I pulled on it so hard that I feel like I almost hit the dude next to me, but I didn't. It is a vintage Colby case, trunk and case company manufacturers. This is a St. Louis, Missouri company. I'm telling you what, Missouri has so much cool industrial stuff. There's so much history around here. The picking is so good. It still has most of its sticker left. A little bit is missing. Gorgeous, gorgeous patina across this whole thing. Again, this is a really tough one not to keep. I have a lot of trunks and boxes though. And it's like, what's one more? The inside of it is in decent shape. It has a bit of a vintage smell. Like, I can stick my face in there and take a big whiff, and I'm not like, oh, you know, like, but it smells like it's old, but it doesn't stink. It's not mildew. It's not like moldy or gross or anything. And then look how cool the inside is. Mila yelled squirrel when you said that. Hi, Mila. What are you doing? My friend Jasmine is on, and her daughter is watching, apparently. Hi, bestie. Dee Dee says this is sold. Oh, did you buy it? Or did somebody else buy it before you? Oh, gosh. I turned my notifications off, and y'all went nutso on the shopping. Jeez Louise, y'all are crazy today. 8 orders in already. Oh, Marty bought it. Marty bought the case. Good pickup, Marty. Not surprised. Ooh, and you bought the hinged box. Let me know if you have something special. Marty raises her hand. I bought it. It was me. Let me know if you have something special in mind you want for the hinged box, Marty, since you bought it. And you don't have to answer me right now, but you know where to find me. And I'll make it a video next week. Hey, Shannon, how are you? All right, let's see what else sold today. That's my haul. That's it. And then we're going to do a couple of fun little upcycles real quick. I'm so excited today, you guys. I can't even talk. Okay, the miniature shelf has sold. Lynn bought that. Thank you so much. We're going to put a handle on that one together. Deanna went nuts on some baskets. Love that for you, girl. Dee Dee picked up the clothespins. Glad you found them. And some salt and pepper bunnies. Lisa, hey girl, grabbed the other bunnies. Bobbins are selling. Springs are selling. You guys are amazing. Oh, yes. Vicky, first order from me. You bought that mantle clock that has been chiming in my inventory for like 2 years. I don't know how I feel about this. Am I happy or am I going to miss it? Because I could have just taken the batteries out. Maybe I'm going to have to thrift another mantle clock now. Oh, and you got the pig kitchen towel holder. Y'all are shopping my old stuff too. Be sure to scroll back a couple pages if you are shopping my haul, because last week I wasn't live. So some stuff from last week didn't get seen. When I don't go live, the shopping isn't quite as intense. Scroll back. Okay. That's great. Well, I'm so glad you got this, Marty. Look how neat it is. The sticker on the inside, amazing. Stock case, look, number 222. Do y'all see that? If you know me in personal life, you know I have an obsession with angel numbers. This is a good one, Marty. I got all the good vibes from this. I'm so glad you got it. If somebody wouldn't have bought it today, it probably would have disappeared tonight into my living room. Good morning, Dee. How are you, my friend? I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so first things first, let's do a quick little update on this printer's tray. This is going to be super simple. Where do we go for the haul? Oh, Karen, let me drop the link for you again. Let me get on this side so I'm not all up in the screen here. Great question. I get so excited and I forget to drop the link. Here you go, Karen. I will post it now. And then it's my Shop the Haul collection. I just posted the link. There you go. And I have it listed from the newest to the oldest items. So you will see all of the stuff I just showed first. Okay. So for this miniature shelf, if you guys want to find a printer's tray but haven't been able to, if you ever see a shelf like this, grab yourself. Where did I put them? Here they are. I don't know what to do with my clean office. Like when it's chaos in here, I know where everything is. When it's clean, I can't find anything. Anybody else? Grab yourself some vintage hardware or some new but vintage inspired hardware. I just grabbed these off of Amazon. These are like my favorite handles when I DIY and upcycle furniture. And we are just going to add it right onto the top. If you guys look, I have my printer's tray right up here, and you can see right there, it's got a little antique pull handle on it because these were obviously, you know, a tray. They were set down flat originally, so they would have handles to pull them out. So smart, right? Okay, easy peasy. This is going to be a quick one. Maybe if I can find any of my stuff. So I was thinking about rearranging my workspace now that I run so many auctions in here, because like I always have stuff set up here and then I can't get into my tools, but we will see. All right, so I'm just going to eyeball this. I never measure anything. And mark a couple holes where the holes are, or a couple spots where the holes are in my hardware. And then I'm going to make a couple pilot holes. Don't forget your safety glasses like me. I do believe this hardware is linked in my Amazon shop, which is down at the very, very bottom of the description box. My dad was a pressman. He built presses all over the world. I should have one of those. Yes. Newspaper presses. How cool. You should. I have one listed up on my website for sale right now. If you put in printer's tray on my website, if you put it in the search bar, you can see it. If you'd like to check it out. I just sold one a couple weeks ago, but I've got one left. All right. Now, is this the right screw? Yes, it is. Very nice. With this itty bitty hardware and these itty bitty screws, I usually will drill a pilot hole and then just use a screwdriver because a drill will generally strip these little tiny ones out or take the paint off of them. And if you're redoing a piece of furniture, you don't want all of the screws on your furniture to be all stripped out and chipped up. Just a little pro tip that I've learned over the years. Oh, this is not a great angle. I'm going to do this down here. Hold, please. Well, there she be. Boop, boop. Now, there's a little bit right here. Looks like a piece of the wood broke off. So I am going to grab my Sweet Pickins Dark Oil Wax and see if I can blend that a little bit. Oh, this cabinet needs help. Don't look in there. I'm not into miniatures, so I don't know what I would use it for. What else? Jewelry. Do you like to wear jewelry? It could be a jewelry holder. Do you like rocks and crystals? I love rocks and crystals. What else could y'all put in these? What could you display if you don't like miniatures? I'm not going to judge you for that because I'm obsessed with miniatures. But to each their own. All right, so this is a Sweet Pickins Dark Oil Wax. It's one of my favorite finishes. It is in the Sweet Pickins line. I have used it over DIY paint before and it plays nicely, but I also just love using it over raw wood. It's one of the most durable finishes that I carry. It does take a little bit longer to cure completely over your furniture, but it is super durable. Oh, you could put thimbles in here. That would be great. A Harry Potter collection. That would be a good idea. And I'm just going to take it here right over that lighter spot. Now, not the perfect blend, but I will let this dry up for a couple of hours and then I can do another coat. It is buildable coverage. If you're going to do a furniture piece and make this your top coat, you need to let it dry for like 12 to 24 hours in between coats. So keep that in mind in order for it to cure up properly. And it does have the full instructions and cure time on the bottle. Can I read my bottle still? I think I can. Let dry for 12 hours and second coat. Oh my gosh, I remember. Yay. And second coat could be applied to build up the protection and sheen. Allow 24 hours to dry before use. So I will end up doing a couple of coats of this. I thought about using DIY Dark and Decrepit, but I thought it might be a little too dark. And I wanted to show you guys another product I carry. All right, so one coat, it's already blending better. I'll let it dry up. There's a couple little spots up here too where it looks like when they built it, maybe they had a couple little like mess ups. I would never be able to math this, and I think I'll touch it up just a little bit. But I don't want it to look perfect either because it's definitely got character. But so cute. Now it looks like a printer's tray. So y'all, if you can't find your printer's tray, but you can find a 1970s miniature shelf, grab yourself a little hardware and get after it. So quick and easy. All right, now the last thing that was on my thrift haul that I didn't show you was this cute little floral hanger. And y'all know me, I love paper, I love flowers, and I love quick little cute crafty upcycles. I grabbed these brass clip holders out of the bins a couple of weeks ago. They're just very basic. These are newer ones, the cafe clips, and they're for curtains. They're to hold your little lace curtains or whatever. But I've been looking at these for a couple of years and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love these. It's a little metal ring. What could I use it for? So I took and made my little paper flower cone. Y'all have seen these from me before. And then I just slid a couple of these on and clipped a little jute string onto it. And I thought that was kind of fun. Kind of fun. You could 100% hang other things this way too. What else could you hang in one of these? I was thinking like spindle. What could we do with a spindle? When it's up like this, it falls over, but when it's sitting against a wall, it actually like hangs. Or you could put it on a piece of salvaged wood. Oh, they'd be great for May Day. But I see these darn little curtain rod clips all the time. Sometimes I find old ones that are really rusty and crusty. This is a newer set, but be on the lookout for these cute little clips. They are so much fun, and they're not even glued or anything. I literally just squeezed it and stuck the jute in. How fun is that? I have a bunch down here. I might go live on Facebook later. Again, I've got a million things I want to do. Maybe tomorrow and make some of those projects. I've got, I think, 7 or so listed up on my website right now. All right, and the last thing I want to make today, I don't have this one listed up because it's not made. If it's a fail, then it's a fail. If it works, then I'll list it while I'm live. So this thing isn't listed yet. I got these adorable little Rusty Crusty canning mesh strainers yesterday at Wheatland Antiques. A few of them sold off last night, and I said I was going to keep a couple for a project. Originally, I was going to take this piece off and like screw it onto a piece of wood, but I was like, that's too boring. So instead, I grabbed a piece of salvage wood from my garage this morning. I told you I've been up since 4, right? This old saw blade and a couple of these little metal, whatever they're called. And we're just going to make a little holder. A little holder. And if it works, then I'll list it up here after I make it. I love taking old pieces of wood and metal like this and just messing around, playing around, fitting things together. And I don't take enough time to mess around anymore with all of this stuff. So goals for this month is to create some more. And again, I'm just going to eyeball this. And if it's a little crooked, then we'll fix it. Make a little pilot hole right there. Let's see. Get my hair out of the way too before you guys yell at me. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, that's why that was doing that. It's like, why is this being so aggressive? All right, so I just took a little drill bit, drilled a little hole. The reason I have raised that up like that with the nuts is because I want to leave the little clips on, you see. All right, now I need a couple of screws. And I don't think I have any old ones in my stash, so we'll age these screws that I use today. Let me grab a hair tie real quick. Okay. I could have laid all this stuff out very nicely, huh? Before we got started today. Aw, darn it. Darn it, Tracy, you can catch the replay. I wasn't a very big haul today. I've been doing spring cleaning all week, so I didn't shop a massive amount. Okay, these screws are too big. I was afraid of that. 1 second. Have no fear because I do have a hoard of screws. There we go. Oh, I think it's going to be too long now. Oh, jeez. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Hold, please. I really need to go to the hardware store and get a few new screws and nails. I can grow my list of things to do even longer this weekend. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do, you get the point, and then I'll find a shorter screw later. Okay, so it's going to stick through the back right now. I will have to get shorter screws later, but it's okay. I will replace them. And we'll get the point. But we don't want it to stick through the back, or then it's going to scratch up our wall, and that would be no good. Oh my gosh, they're just barely too long. But that's okay. You guys get the point. Now, because it's a little bit like too silvery over here, I can take just a touch of my DIY Dark and Decrepit. It has a built-in sealer. It's a liquid patina. This one is dark brown, hence the name Dark and Decrepit. And I can kind of just touch it here over my screw. It'll dry and it'll stay on there because it's got that built-in sealer. So that's my trick when you don't have old aged hardware and screws. Little Dark and Decrepit. Now, my little ball mason, or whatever they are, fruit jar jam strainers will sit right on this sawtooth. How stinking cute is that? They aren't exactly the same. So one sits up a little higher than the other, which I think is cute. I was going to make two separate ones with only one strainer each. But since they aren't the same, I was like, let me just stick them together, and they kind of stack differently. Now, what in the heck do we do from here? Hey, good morning, Teresa. We could put a little bird's nest in there. We could fill it full of something like marbles or thread spools for displaying. Something like that, yeah? All right, let me add onto the back real quick a couple of hangers, and then I am going to take a picture of it and list it up since it worked. And again, I will get shorter screws that don't stick out the back of it when I'm not live. I've got a ton down in the basement, but I'm not going to take the time to go do that real quick. All right, my hammer's over here. I have these little nailless sawtooth hangers. They are amazing because then you don't have to sit there and try to hold the tiniest, ittiest, bittiest nail ever. I'm going to put one on each side. You just tap them in with your hammer. All right, what should we call this? Upcycled strainer, upcycled strainer decor. That's what we'll call it. Upcycled strainer decor. Let me snap a picture of it real quick. Oh my gosh, y'all, don't look in my kitchen. Do you see my trash? Listen, it's all ready to be taken out. I just haven't got there yet. Oh, it makes me wish I would have kept the other three. Kim, if you're catching the replay, you bought two of these last night? One of these? What are you going to do with yours? Found a squeaky spot in my floor. Oh my gosh, you guys can see my whole entire house now. It's pretty clean right now. Like I said, I've been spring cleaning. There's a couple project things around. All right, let me edit this photo. Add product, upcycled strainer decor, wall decor. That's what we'll call it. Does anybody else use Shopify? Do I have any other sellers on here? It's kind of been driving me crazy lately. Maybe it needs updated. All right, this thing is 18 by 4 inches. I just listed it. Well, I'm about to list it for $22.95. Chop the hole, blah, blah, blah. And it is active. How cute! What do y'all think? Oh, yes, I will also stencil that. You're so right. So what I was thinking, yes, in the description box, I said I was going to stencil this as well, which I thought would make it a little more industrial. And if this dark oil wax doesn't darken those two little spots enough, I'll use some dark and decrepit. But I think with 2 or 3 coats, it's going to be perfect. And that way it doesn't end up getting too dark. And then with the stencil, I was thinking about stenciling it right along the edge here to look like a printer's tray. Or would you prefer, since I've got you on, putting a little tiny one like right up here so you can see it when you hang it? Which would you prefer? The tiny on the inside to see. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and I'll do some kind of like little industrial type stamping on it. Stenciling on it. Yes, yes, yes. I forgot I put that in the, well, I mean, I didn't forget I put it in there, but while I was live, I wasn't thinking about it because I was excited about this thing. Okay, so this is up. Let me drop it in the chat for those of you catching the replay. Oh my gosh, we're falling apart. So sorry. This is what happens when I clean my office, you guys. I'm like, there's too much room for activities. Oh no, now my mouse isn't working. Come on, baby. Oh no, did I just break it? Shoot. Hey, she's a trooper. You guys, I don't even know why you guys watch me. All right, there we go. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so cute. So if you guys find any of these little ball jar or whatever, fruit jar strainers out, pick a couple up. And again, this is just like an old saw blade, a couple of old nuts and screws, and a piece of old salvage wood. Super cute. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me today. My fun little antiques thrift haul. Couple little upcycle projects. Stay tuned this week for some painting projects. I've got this one all filmed. I used one of my new Prima molds, some DIY paint, upcycled this old wall hanger. I got it all filmed. Now I just need to get it edited. I need to do a couple other projects and we'll have a video up finally. So thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. If you're watching the replay and you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and I will talk to y'all soon. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time over on Whatnot, okay? I'll see y'all there. Bye, friends.